Hello friends, this is Helen with Helenistique. Today we're going to do some monthly goal sharing, and so that I can count on you guys as my accountability partners, but I also encourage you to do the same in the beginning of the month or the end of the month so that you can be ready for the new month with some strong laser focus intentions, and that's what this video is all about. So I am going to share with you my September goals as well as like closing up this quarter strong and then starting off the new quarter with the right mindset and progressed. So let's go to my goal section. So this goal section, this is what I'm calling it, the QRC. It's the Quarterly Reset Club, and I am going to be announcing it pretty soon. I am just working through my own little like layouts, but this is generally how I do things just to get things moving into the new quarter. So here, when I open it up, the first thing I do is just declutter. So this is a page where I declutter my thoughts. It could be mind maps, it could be journaling, it could be just random just blurb of things that I just get down on paper just because I don't want any more clutter before I start mind mapping all of my goals. So on the right side, then I go into my mapping. So I typically mind map, draw things, very visual things, right? But in this instance, I already did that in another notebook prior to this being finalized. So I have it all written down here, but then it is just broken down into like my sections of life, right? So family, personal, finance, shop, my 2 companies, and then it goes into the actual planning. Now, in a typical given month or even a quarter, I don't go over 6 goals. I just feel like after 6, you're kind of wishing and hoping things will get done. My laser focus can really handle up to 6. And in this instance, obviously it's for the month of September, just because this layout has come out like recently. It is a continuation of my quarterly planning for Q3. And so this is the last month of it. Goal number 1, I have home admin. So these are all the types of things that are just in my head, cluttered, and honestly not letting me sleep at night. It's just really tedious work, tedious things that I seem to put off to the side on a busy day or a busy week, a busy month. So I wanted to finish out the quarter just getting all these things done. It's things like my kids' ACT, ordering an exam, ordering their AP test, college application, which I've already submitted with my son, and we're just waiting on the decisions. And then also some overseas STEM trips for my kiddos. One of them, I think, is going to Switzerland. One of them is going to Japan. And then also college tours for my daughter. She's a sophomore this year. She wants to go overseas, you guys, to UK. So we're trying to keep her here in the States. And so we're scheduling some East Coast tours. My husband is speaking at UPenn in October. So we want to go a little bit earlier during the week. And so we can show her New York, maybe Massachusetts, but definitely Philadelphia and New York. I need to pay a bunch of fees, like AP test fees, dual enrollment fees, an yearbook, so on and so forth. Just get that out of the way so I could start the new quarter, Q4, in the right direction. Decluttering my room. This has been just a thing, you guys. I moved my office from upstairs to downstairs, and I will tell you, I have so many things top of my desk, and I have stationery stuff, my work stuff everywhere. And so I just need to gather things up and start decluttering, tossing, shredding, donating, selling, something that is going to really move the needle for me, because I really believe that when you have a clean space, you can really laser focus in on creativity. So right now my creativity is like 30%. Okay. So we want to get that, bump that up to at least 80%. And so we want to declutter my room. Goal number 3 is fit into a size 6 pants. Right now, currently I'm in like size 8, you guys. I moved here at a size 4 and I went to size 6, then I went to size 8 recently, and I just feel like I need to, it's a disaster right now because I feel like everything in my body kind of hurts. Like my back hurts, my joints hurt, and I need to really get back into my health. And so I have been very, very diligent in going to the gym. I've been hitting yoga at least 5 to 6 days a week, and it has been amazing. I do heated yoga. I just love it, you guys. I enjoy yoga since a long time ago, even in California days. And I just fell in love with it all over again. So my thing is to just hit yoga 5 times a week, fast after 6 p.m. I have no business eating after 6 p.m. I really believe that. And then salad for 5 days out of the 7, whether it be lunch or dinner. Plenty of water, because I'm terrible at drinking water. So just like always having water near me, and then sleep by 11. I feel like sleeping has a lot to do with our hormones and, and the weight loss. And so that's something that I'm sticking to. Goal number 4 is stick to a budget. This has been a tough cookie for me this year. I have people just needing things all the time. And so I'm trying to go back to like my strict budgeting and to set real good goals for the month and then to stick to it. And so in terms of doing that, I have created some budget inserts that I used to typically use. And so I am going back to that. So I basically said set up and close monthly budget, which is going to do the work for me. October to December release, I really now want to just finish off the year with all the PLC bundles as well as like undated bundles resized, as well as like the PLC bundles released all the way through the end of the year so that I don't have to keep going back and redating things. It is a lot of tedious work, you guys. So I want to get it done once and for all this month so that coming into Q4, I could start working on 2026 things and really figuring out and narrowing down what to release for 2026. And then goal number 6 is content consistency. So this has been a tough area for me just because I have been given this project back recently. And so this is something that I want to figure out, like my time blocks of schedule, as well as how can I create some massive contents, which I am very used to doing. And so I want to go back into that mode of creativity, tapping into just like that consistent content creation. I just wrote down like once a week what I want to do, and then a couple times a week what content to post, as well as for the shop. Then it goes into the monthly. I have the whole month here written down with all the schedules that I could think of, whether it be personal or work, meetings, and everything is in here. And so that way I can kind of schedule out which days I'm off and which days I'm here, which days I can relax versus which days I have some hard deadlines to hit. So there's that. And then I have an additional page. I always need some note pages. And then set the tone on the week. This is basically once a week. I like to do decluttering process all over again. It's just a little space for me to journal or be very visual in my mapping things that are on my mind, things that I should get rid of, things that I've done well last week that I want to bring into the new week. And then I have the weekly. So let's take this out. I love this layout, you guys. So I hope you love it as well. I've been testing all kinds of weekly layouts recently, and this has been the one that I really gravitate towards. So it has everything I need. It has the calendar, it has the week numbers, which is very important for me in terms of work, as well as each goal, those 6 goals you just saw. There's a space to write down tasks. I love that. So I'm just writing down, again, just going back to goal number 1 is home admin. What do I want to handle this week out of all those things that I've written down? And so I'm just picking up and just even adding to the list of what I need to do step by step. And then decluttering room. I want to box up. I just ordered Costco. So when they come, they deliver with the boxes. So I want to take all this countertop shelf stuff onto the box and just start decluttering that way. So I'm writing a list of things that I need to do in order, and then fit into size 6. I'm going back and writing down, just reminding myself I need to fast at least 6 days in the PM, yoga 5 days. Let's hit up salad 5 days and sleep by 11, just reminding myself. And some of that then becomes my habit. So I do have a habit tracker here. This really, really helps me as much as I want to get rid of the habit tracker. I always have a new habit or a new routine that I want to incorporate into my life. And so I think this is an absolute must in any kind of weekly for me. personally. Goal 4, stick to the budget. What do I need to do? I need to go to the bank, work on my sinking funds, cash in my wallet, update my spending, and set up a September budget, which I haven't done yet. So I need to get to that. This is being the second week of September. And then cook at home so that I could stick to my budget instead of buying out, dining out. And then goal number 5, October to December releases, continue to test QRC, which is this, and then PLC picks. I need to choose which PLCs I want to date from October to December, and then as well as resize the undated. And then goal number 6, consistency in the contents. And I'm just writing down like time block work. I need to figure out my time block of work schedule to do that. And then create 4 contents here for this brand, and then another for another brand. And then YouTube, edit the vlog. I have a vlog coming up, you guys. And then I have a schedule. This is just basically what's in my calendar. Like I have my daughter's rehearsal. That day was a good relaxed work day for me. And then we've got a concert coming up, yoga at what time, and that kind of thing. So I am scheduling everything out in advance. I have a meeting here. So as I go, I am highlighting the day so that I know not to look there, because a lot of times I do that. I would be like on a Thursday and I would look at Wednesday calendar and be like, oh my gosh, I have all these things, when in turn it's the wrong day. So this is the weekly. And this is where I'm talking about like all those other projects or things that are not absolutely moving the needle. It's somewhat is, I'm sure everything has a progress, but those kind of things, I'm just listing it here. I haven't even put the title of it. I was going to put tasks here, but I don't even want to do that. I just want to put a random list of inbox, things that keep popping up throughout the week. That goes here. That does not belong in any of the 6 goals. So now if there's a home admin task that pops up in the middle of the week, I would put it here. But other than that, if it doesn't fit into any of these, I would put it here and then work on it as I go. Then I go to the dailies. So daily on 1 page, I love it because this half letter gives me enough space. So I love graph, you guys. I love graph, but I also love to have additional space on top and the bottom. Bottom, I want to start writing down like my spending so that I could remember what to look for when I'm updating my spending once a week or so. And then here, I want to write down like important things that I cannot forget, like go to the bank, or you have a delivery expected today, or, so on and so forth. Some important things like my husband is traveling, or, things like that. And then here to the right, I just have like a list of things, just any kind of list. It could be random. Like this day was a relaxed work day. So I didn't get much done in terms of work, as you can see, but I did make a list for Costco. Of course, we ordered a lot more than that, but and then you've got the schedule area, and you really can, use this area, but you don't have to if you don't want to. If you just want to go by the weekly and just follow this schedule, that's fine too. But I like to know my schedule, and I like to look at just the day instead of going back and forth from the week. So this is a better example where I am writing down important things on top, and then probably like my meal plan or for the day, for evening, and then my purchases, my money spending here, my schedule of what's happening in the day, as well as just broken down into sections, what I want to get done from each of my goals. What can I pick up today? And then just looking at everything else, like the work schedule and things that I want to get done. And then even picking up 1 or 2 things from here as well. So I don't like to pick up too much things. Like this already is a little bit overwhelming, but this is typically what my workday looks like. So I do have my mix of personal, obviously home admin and declutters, home stuff, but I do have work stuff as well, and it's just kind of all in here. But the most important thing is today first, which is work stuff, and then I would go into everything else after, or throughout time, because I work from home. So yeah, so I have that, and I do have all the dailies printed out in here all the way until Sunday. So that's what an empty looks like. And then it goes into like pause, reflect, and reset. So this is more of a reflect sheet. Like whereas the other one is more of setting intentions, setting the tone for the week. This is where you just kind of at the end of the week kind of look at your week, what worked in your weeklies, what worked in your dailies, what were you able to accomplish, what were you not able to accomplish, and that kind of thing. So it really helps me to just kind of go back and journal. And I used to do this in my journal before. Now I'm doing it in here, and I love to just keep everything in one place so I don't have to have multiple notebooks going on at the same time. But that is what that looks like. And then I just have some menu options for the week. This is obviously for 1 week. So I have menu options as I order Costco or order groceries. I always write down, like, I go down by the list of what I ordered and I write down meal options. I need it because after work, my brain is fried most of the days. I love to cook, don't get me wrong, but I do not like coming up with a menu or a recipe after work. That's a sucky situation. So I like to have things pre-written like that as an option. But that's about it. Thanks for sticking around, and I will share with you throughout the month how this goes. And perhaps I would really like to vlog at least once a month, just to show you how I'm using the planner, how the goals are going, also just like what other planners and journals I'm using in the moment. Yeah, so if you're interested, let me know in the comment down below. I don't know if people are interested in people's vlogs, but I do. I love vlogs. So especially when it has to do with planners and how they use their planners in real time, that is interesting to me. So that's something that I am interested in creating. So let me know if that interests you as well. And I'll see you on the next video. Bye.